welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's get right into this video. So today we're just going to be using a bunch of random stuff right here to create this nail set. And also I have here someone that we haven't seen in quite a while. We have Sister Spice.
You know that scary music? Hi guys!
Yep, we got Sister Spice in the building finally. Just a warning, this is going to be a short-nailed video. Which you know is not Spice's style, but she has work to attend to and they have to be short nails. So anyway, we just have here some polygels and some gel polish. I can do it. We have here some gel polishes.
I can do it.
And some other gel polishes. So anyway, let's just get right into this nail set. Okay, so here are her natural nails. They're looking a little bit, a lot a bit crusty. She hasn't had her nails done in a very long time. So let's get to work. Let's get to work. So we're first gonna start off by pushing back the cuticles. Okay, now I'm gonna take the circular cuticle drill bit and I'm just gonna work this around the cuticle area. Her cuticle areas, you know, they need a lot of work. So we might have to do a few other steps to make them nice. Okay, now I'm going to take my cuticle scissors and I'm just going to trim off all this excess dead skin from around the cuticle area. Okay, now I'm just going to take my nail clippers and I'm just going to trim down these nails. Now I'm just going to take my hand file and smooth out the free edge of the nails. Okay, now I'm going to take my sanding band and I'm just going to remove the shine and also, like, you know, all these little dead skin crusties on the nail. Okay, now I'm just going to be using these long stiletto nail tips. And I'm just going to size them all out. Now that I got all the nail tips sized out, we're just going to be using some KDS glue. And I'm going to glue these nail tips on. Alright, now that we got all the nail tips glued on, we're just going to cut them to shape. These nails are going to be short almond, pointy almond, but not stiletto, just almondy. Okay, so here's the rough shape that we've decided on. Yes, they're short, but this is how it has to be. Now that I got all the nails roughly shaped, I'm just going to actually shape them with my hand file. Okay, now that I got all the nails nicely shaped up into this almond shape, I'm just going to remove the shine from all the nail tips. Okay, so here's what we got going so far. Next step is Dehydrator. So we're just going to add a layer of Dehydrator on all these nails.
Dehydrate her.
Next step is Primer. So we're just going to add a layer of primer on each of the nails. Alright, and next step is some base coat. Okay, now we're going to get started on the polygel. The first color we're going to be using is this nude. Anyway, you got a cool Reddit story to tell us?
Hey everyone, it's me, Spice, and I have a spooky Reddit story, as I do. It's from the subreddit called Scary Stories. I'm not sure who the author is. Their, username is, MTP6921. That's the author. But the title is called, I must have walked past that photo in my living room for years. Why didn't I notice the neck? Interesting, right? It's like, huh?
It's like, whoa.
Okay, here it goes. Oh no!
Our table!
Broken! No, but it does start like that. It's like, oh no! I think we have a flat! I said to my wife, Shannon. Let me look at my phone to see if there's a place to fix the tire anywhere around here. Daddy, what's wrong? My 11-year-old daughter, Grace, says to me. Does an 11-year-old have a voice like that?
Yeah, sure.
That's my voice characters right now. Don't worry, honey, we just have a flat tire. I say to Grace. Are we going to miss my dance competition? Grace asks. We still have a couple of hours before you have to get there, so we should be all right, I responded. Mitch, There's a tire repair place about a mile away. That's not bad. We should be able to make that distance. How do you have cell phone service? Because I have 0 bars. It's spotty, but I was able to get service for a minute. Shannon looks really stressed out, which I'm attributing to Grace possibly missing her dance competition, which is for nationals. We woke up early this morning for the 6-hour drive to Farmington, West Virginia, so Grace could make her late afternoon performance. I continue to slowly drive as I don't want to destroy the rim of my car from having the flat tire. The car makes it up to the tire repair shop, which looks really busy. Come on, Shannon, let's go inside and see how long it takes to get the new tire. Why don't you just go in and I'll just stay here with Grace? Okay, that's fine, I responded. I try to walk as quickly as possible so a new customer doesn't get in front of me. I open the door and go to the front counter. How can I help you, sir? The man behind the counter says to me. I have a flat tire and we need to get to my daughter's dance competition as quickly as we can. We're a little backed up right now, but we'll change your tire as quickly as we can. Can you give me like a rough time estimate? We have like 10 people in front of you, so I'd say anywhere from 2 to 2.5 hours. Oh gosh, that'll be too late.
Okay, next we're going to be using this Model 1's Polygel. This one is color changing. It turns like that perfect dark green that we need.
Zombie green. It could be a little sooner, but I can't guarantee that. Oh, okay, but if there's anything that you can do, then please try. Okay, sir. The waiting area is filled with people who look like they'd rather be anywhere else than waiting to get their tire fixed. I walked out to the car and Shannon is sitting in the car with her head down, where she looks really nervous. The guy said it might take up to 2.5 hours for the car to be fixed. Oh, whatever, Sharon responds. She seems disconnected with everything that's going on, where I'm about to have a heart attack. I look at my phone and see that I have 0 service still, so I can't even call one of the other parents to see if the dance competition is running late. Dad, what happens if I'm late? Don't worry, honey. Everything should be okay. Deep down, I know that things aren't looking that great as far as making it to the dance competition on time. Because this is nationals, they're really strict and she won't be able to compete if she's late. I decide to pace back and forth outside the car while Shannon sits in the car with her head down and Grace looks more and more anxious. About 15 minutes goes by and the guy at the front desk, whose name tag says Ron, comes out to look at my car. I'm going to try to get your tires fixed as soon as possible. Is it just the rear passenger? Yeah, just that one. I would greatly appreciate it if you could change it sooner than later. You see, our garage is filled with other cars already, so let me go get that jack and I'll change it out here. Oh gosh, thank you so much. Ron goes and gets the car jack, and I open the door to tell Shannon and Grace to get out of the car. Shannon, come on, get out so the guy can change the tire. He can do it while I'm in the car, she says to me in a forceful manner. I ignore Shannon and figure the guy will tell her that she has to get out if that's necessary. Ron comes over to the car and is about to set up the jack and looks inside the car and sees Shannon with her head down and says she has to get out. Come on, Mom, get out of the car so the guy can change the tire. For whatever reason, Shannon seems like she's glued to the seat and refuses to move. She must have peed her pants. Ron is starting to look really irritated because he's really doing us a favor by changing the tire. Ron looks into the car and says, Kim, is that you? With a look of surprise on his face. It's a really odd set of circumstances that is taking place, where Shannon won't put her head up to acknowledge the man. Kim, it's me, Ron. Shannon continues to sit with her head down. Maybe she lied about having phone service, but she knew where they are generally and knew that there was a tire shop up ahead. Shannon continues to sit with her head down. Her name is Shannon, and that's my wife. Sir, that's Kim Greer in your car. No, that's Shannon, my wife. Sir, tell her to put her head up. She has a dimple above her lip, right? She does, but how do you know that? Because that woman is Kim Greer. Who's Kim Greer? How do you know her? I haven't seen her in about 8 years. Well, we've been married for 14, and unless you came to see her where we live, then chances are you have never seen her before and you got her confused with someone else. That ain't your wife.
Okay, onto the ring fingernail. Onto the ring fingernail, we're gonna be using this red glitter. And we're just gonna do a whole nail of this.
That ain't your wife. A myriad of emotions are going through my head, from the anxiety of potentially missing Grace's competition to anger because of what this guy is saying. Shannon continues to keep her head down in the car. Look, I don't know what's wrong with my wife, Shannon, but I'll give you an extra $50 if you just change the tire with her in it. Okay? That's fine, I guess. I'm telling you, her name is Kim Greer, and she is not who you think she is. I try to ignore his comments, so he would just fix the tire, where he first jacks up the car, then he removes the lug nuts. He changes the tire, and I give him the extra $50 as promised. I go to get back into my car, and Ron says, "Make sure you sleep with one eye open and lock your daughter's door at night." Why would you say that? I say that in a confused, angry tone. Do you really want to know? Hey Ron, we need you to get back in here. We have a bunch of customers waiting to check out. A man yells out from the tire store. Ron walks back to the tire store without telling me any more. Anxious to get to my daughter's dance competition, I drive as fast as I can. While I'm driving, I can't help but think about what that employee was saying. Up until 10 minutes ago, I would have said that we lived a pretty mundane life where both Shannon and I avoid any type of conflict with any other parents, and we both work and come home and do nothing more than eat dinner and watch television. Hey, Shannon, why do you think that man was accusing you of being Kim Greer? Probably because he's crazy. He seemed like he was pretty adamant that you were that person, though. Well, it doesn't take much to change a tire, so he probably has some type of mental illness. I guess so, I responded. We got to the dance competition on time, and Grace did her first set. We had an hour to spare until she did her final dance. I finally have cell phone reception, so I decided to look up Kim Greer out of curiosity. I'm seeing that it's a common name, where there's even a Facebook page for Kim Greer that lived in Australia. Then something catches my eye about a Kimberly Greer that was posted online over a decade ago. The newspaper article stated, "Former daycare worker Kimberly Greer won't be facing jail time for her role in the death of 3 children because the judge found her to be not guilty by reason of insanity. She will go to the state-run mental institution, where she would be committed for an undetermined amount of time." Ha! I blurted out to myself as I separated myself from everyone else at the dance competition. I can't help but to also blurt out, "That's odd," as my mind filters itself, knowing that I'm at a kid's function, or else I would have cursed. That Kim Greer was from the same town as where we got the tire changed, so that Ron guy was actually referring to a real-life person and someone he made, and not someone he made up. However, as I had told him in person, I had been married to Shannon for over 14 years, so my Shannon couldn't possibly be Kim. That's interesting, because that was like 10 years ago, but he apparently is married to her for 14 years. It's giving me Grinch vibes.
It's not Grinch. It's gonna get covered up. Okay, now onto the pinky nail. We're gonna be doing another nail of nude.
I tried to find photos of Kim Greer, and the only ones that I could find were from her court appearances, which were a bit grainy. Huh? I naturally blurted out again as I looked at the photographs that were available. Well, this Kim Greer had short brown hair, and Shannon has long blonde hair. The dimple, I blurted out, as I do see that it is in the exact same spots as Shannon's. Those brown eyes, as I recall that for the longest time Shannon's eyes were blue. Then years later she had constant eye infections from wearing contact lenses, so she had to give up wearing contacts, and then her natural brown eyes were revealed. I think that everyone has a celebrity that kind of resembles them, or maybe some random person at a grocery store that looks like them. So for someone to make a leap of faith that my wife Shannon is a murderer is quite a stretch of the imagination. Grace is starting to get ready for the next dance, where I can tell that she's having a pre-dance jitters by the way that she's constantly moving around. However, Shannon can't shake off the funk that she's still in when we were at the tire place, so much so that Grace's dance instructor is doing her hair. which is something that Shannon has always done. Why wouldn't Shannon put her head up in the car? And why wouldn't she get out of the car? I kept asking myself. That was definitely odd behavior for her, as the both of us have always been typical suburbanites who have near heart attacks if we're 5 minutes late for work. But why am I even entertaining these thoughts if I've been married to Shannon? Well, before that, Kim person was in a mental institution.
Alright, and now the same red glitter on the thumbnail.
We met sometime in 2008 at Six Flags, where we both worked there together. We dated for a while, then we had a short engagement, then we got married by the Justice of the Peace. After we got married, I finished up getting my bachelor's degree where I became a manager at this non-profit organization. We had Grace shortly after, and we had our typical marital hiccups, but nothing that is even worth mentioning. The only unexpected thing that has occurred since we were married was the stroke that I had when Grace was about 3 years old. I had a family history of strokes, but mine came 30 years too early compared to my grandparents. Interesting. I just kind of went into a trance one day at work, then I woke up in a physical rehabilitation hospital. It took me months before I could regain my mobility, and I considered it a wake-up call, where it changed my diet and lifestyle. I even cut out coffee because of the increase in stroke risk. For the most part, I feel okay, but I did experience a bit of brain damage where parts of my past before the stroke has been erased, or my memory gets screwed, where I fill in the blanks.
Well, of course his wife is Kim Greer then, if you can't even remember.
Grace finishes her last dance and we drive back home. I give Grace encouragement in the car and Shannon falls asleep minutes after I start driving. I was kind of hoping that Shannon would drive halfway home, but I decide to not wake her up. My mind was kept occupied while listening to AM talk radio, and that guy, Ron, who put that crazy thought into my head about Kim Greer, but being Shannon. I somehow make it home without falling asleep at the end of the wheel, and the three of us walk in like zombies into the house. Grace has school in the morning, so it was imperative that she goes to bed as quickly as possible. Your kid has an event like that, and then school the next day. Are you sending them to school?
No.
I'm letting them recover.
Yeah.
Look, I need to recover, so you can recover. Shannon was getting ready for bed, and when my head hit the pillow, I was lights out. I woke up the next morning to my phone alarm clock waking me up. I walk downstairs to the bathroom and I see that Grace is a little out of sorts because her mother isn't helping her with her hair before the bus comes. Dad, where's Mom? I thought she was downstairs with you. Have you seen her this morning? No, Dad, I need her to help me with my hair. I look onto the kitchen counter and her phone is there, where it looks like her SIM card was removed. Now I feel that something really strange is going on. So I look in the driveway and I see that her car is gone. Dad, I'm going to miss the bus. Where's Mommy? Don't worry, honey. I'll drive you, I say in a nervous voice as I realize that Shannon is gone. I look around and there isn't a note anywhere. I decide that the best thing to do is wait until after 8 a.m. and call her work to see if she's there. In the meantime, I drive Grace to school. I tell her that her mother must have went into work early and not to worry, even though that was a flat-out lie. I decide to work from home today so I can figure out where Shannon went. I still have a few more minutes before it's 8 a.m., so I casually look around the house to see if there's anything out of place or if there's anything that looks out of the ordinary. I walk through the kitchen, then through the dining room, and into the living room. There's a picture of us three where Grace was an infant on the wall. I take the picture down and sit on the couch and look at the photograph. I look at Shannon's neck and realize that her neck isn't completely midline with her shoulders. Oh my god. She photoshopped her face on Shannon's. She's not Shannon. I sit stunned on the couch as it sinks in that the guy at the tire repair shop was probably right. What if that woman is an imposter? So, then for how long? Then what happened to my real wife? She must have slipped up when we didn't have a cell phone service and she guided me to the tire repair store. She just got caught up in the moment with Grace being stressed out, and she probably didn't realize the extent of her mistake till it was too late. Oh my goodness. What happened to my real wife, and what am I gonna tell Grace? I don't know if I should lock the door or look for whoever that woman was who was impersonating my wife. It's after 8 a.m. and I call her job where they tell me that Shannon left a voice message early this morning where she resigned from her position. I probably should call the police, but something tells me to wait until I have more questions answered. Like, if that woman was Kim Greer, then why isn't she in the mental institution? More importantly, what happened to the real Shannon? Was that woman Kimberly Greer masquerading as my wife? That's the end of the story. So, thoughts?
That was a good one. There's no other parts. I mean, like, you can kind of, like, just guess, like, well, what are they gonna do next? You know what I mean? But, we need to know, like, how she got there, you know? In position of his real wife. And when. Because he had, whatever, his stroke.
Yeah, like,
so
that's just too convenient.
Yeah, he doesn't remember anything, so that's what we need to find out, like, when that happened.
Well, thoughts on the story?
Story pretty good. I like it.
It's like, I read some of the comments and they're like, how do you not know your whole wife was replaced? And then another comment was like, now the stroke seems kind of fishy. You know how he's like, I got it 30 years earlier than it normally would have happened. That last story, I couldn't find the second part, so we're just gonna have to guess what happens. It was kind of good, but like, it was like kind of too
predictable.
A little
bit.
Yeah, perfect. Predictable. I was like, guessy. Like, you can guess it. I was gonna say guessy. It wasn't that bad, but like, I wish I could know more. Like, she took her SIM card out of her phone. She resigned from work.
Alright, we got all the polygel on these nails, and now I'm just gonna wipe off that sticky layer. Alright, now we're just gonna get reshaping these nails. After we're done shaping, I'm just gonna wipe off all this dust from the nails. Okay, so here's how the nails look after we've done all the shaping. Now we're just gonna move on to this nail art. Okay, so we're just gonna take this purple gel polish, and I'm just gonna put some right here. Before we add on the nail art, we gotta add on the top coat in case we make any mistakes. We can easily just wipe it off. Okay, now we're gonna start on these drips. So what I first like to do, oh, this gel polish is not very opaque, but it's okay. I kind of make a little base near the cuticle area. I just get a lot of the gel polish on my brush, and we've been here, done this before. We know how to make drips by now. We just start with a dot, and then we drag it up into this little base we've created. And we kind of do that just a few more times. Hey guys, okay, so let's continue this video as a voiceover. At this point, me and my older sister, we were just getting so tired. Like, my older sister was literally falling asleep in the freaking chair. So, yeah, we just stopped talking at this point because we were so tired. Yeah, my nail sets take a very long time, but it's okay because I only do my sister's nails and they don't really care. So back to the nail set. On the pointer finger, we're doing some drips like I said before. So in the reference picture, the outline for these drips was black, but when I did the black outline, like, it was too harsh. Like, so all my lines didn't look nice and crisp and like straight. So I decided to not do the black outline, and then I tried this dark purple. It was a little more subtle. It just wasn't as harsh. So I liked using the dark purple here. Okay, so onto the middle finger, we're doing a zombie face. I love zombies. I love zombie anything. I love The Walking Dead. I just like zombies. I don't know. I just like that, I don't know what you call it, the realm of that kind of like storyline, you know? And like you have the survivors and all that stuff. I just like that stuff. I don't know. So yeah, that's why I really wanted to do this nail art. The original like picture that I saw of these nails were on long nails, and of course I love long nails here. I found a shorter nail set with the same design. Yeah, I just start with the eyes and I outline them in black, and then the nose is just an upside down heart, and then the mouth is just kind of a straight line with some stitches in it, and also like the stitches on the forehead. So yeah, the zombie face is pretty simple. Like, there are other designs in this nail set that are way harder than that zombie face. And then onto the ring fingernail, we're doing some brain nail art. It's pretty simple, but sometimes it was hard to make the squiggles because like the gel polish would like bleed into each other, and then yeah, it was just a little bit hard to do that. But like after I started adding on all this nail art, like the nail set started coming together, because like just the polygel on, you're like, what is going on with that red, that sparkly red and that weird green color? It all made sense after the nail art. So it was kind of a trust the process nail set. And then onto the other hand, we're doing the same brain nail art on the pointer finger, and then onto the middle finger, we're painting the whole nail this purple color. And then onto the ring fingernail, we're just doing some stitches. This is the easiest nail. And then onto the pinky nail, we're doing that same drip nail art. Okay, so back to this middle finger, we're making an eyeball. This eyeball was very hard to do. It was like the drips that like come off of the eyeball, that was hard for some reason. But like, you know, like the eye details, it was just hard to get the eye details right. I finally was able to make this nice circular donut shape and the drips, and then I just outlined that all in black, and then I added like the red veins in the eyes. I don't really know what they're called, but yeah. And then at this point I was like, okay, this could work, because at first I was like, I don't know about this, but after I added on like the red lines and like the highlight, the eye highlight, it all like started working together. And then I just added on the like black drip effect around the eye. I will say this was the hardest nail, but it was also like the one that looked the best to me. Like, I really like how this middle finger turned out. It's my favorite nail out of this set. Okay, finally we're done with the nail art. Now let's top coat these and be done. Like I said before, we were getting really tired. It was late at night already. Alright, and after all the top coat is on, we're just going to be adding on some cuticle oil. And here are how the nails turned out. Let me know what you guys think of this nail set in the comments. I know it's different. It's like short nails, almond shape. I don't think we've done almond shape on my channel before. So yeah, this is the first time. I know it's a little bit different. It's not normally what we do here, but I still really like how they turned out. It was trust the process the whole time. Like in the beginning, I was like, I don't know about the shape. Then I was like, after the polygel, I was like, I don't know about this polygel. And then after that, I was like, I don't know about this nail art. But once everything was done and top coated, I was like, yeah, no, know, this set is really cute. And yeah, like I said before, the eyeball nail art, that was my favorite one. I like how that turned out the most. So yeah, here are how all the nails look together. I don't know, I like this nail art. I think it's cute, I think it's nice, and I like the nail shape. It like fits the nail art. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. That's pretty much it for this video. I'm trying to get these videos up for you guys. Like, I still have a few more nail sets that I really want to do, like really want to do. Anyway, yeah, here are how the nails look color changing. Change back really fast, so it's kind of hard to tell, but they do color change to this like dark green blue, which I think is just a really cool touch. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Everything I used will be linked in the description as always. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye!
Thank you.